My name is Martin. I've been studying charisma and communication skills for 3 years straight, and in today's video I'm about to expose to you my most important strategy, how I was able to get one friend every single day. If you use this strategy every single day, you'll be able to get 365 friends per 1 year. And 99% of people already clicked off this video, but because you are still here, that shows to me that you are a really smart and knowledgeable person. So if you can just put this video onto full screen and learn with full focus and with no distractions in the background like all of these stupid people out there. And just for you to know that I'm a trustable source, throughout 2 years of going into my local gym, I acquired 30 plus friends. The first part of this strategy is to observe the other person. Because a lot of people, when they want to approach someone, they already bombard them with so many questions. How are you doing? What have you been doing today? Blah, 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 blah. And they try to get as many information as possible from the other person. And yes, there is nothing wrong with that, but that overwhelms that other person. If you are in a friendship with someone for hours and months and years, then you can ask them these questions. But the best thing you can do when meeting someone is to not bombard them with questions, but rather to just say an observation. For example, if someone is reading a book on the street on a bench, most people would come up to them and like plebs would ask them, "Oh dude, how are you doing today?" And that is a little bit weird because we in the society are not really used for people to approach us on the street randomly. But if you just, for example, say, "Oh, that book looks old," suddenly that doesn't put so much pressure onto the other person. But if you ask them, "What have you been doing today?" Now their brain suddenly starts firing up all those signals and they now feel overloaded. So the best thing that you can do is your first impression is to use an observation. And naturally, the other person will have to respond because that's how our human brain is wired. It's like a game of hot potato. If someone says something to you, you naturally want to give them your words back and you want to respond to them. But if you just state an observation, it doesn't put that much pressure as if you were to ask a direct question. And kudos to you if you can combine that observation with a compliment. For example, if you see someone on the street and they have huge biceps, for example, or they have a very nice haircut, you can just say, "That is a really nice haircut you got there." See, that immediately creates a positive mood in that first impression. For example, if I want to find some friends in the gym, I see what they bench or what weight they have on that bar. And if I respect internally that weight, I will just come up to them and I will tell them, "Yo bro, that weight right there is huge." See, it automatically gives them the compliment that they are benching a lot. And second of all, I make the observation so I don't put a lot of pressure onto the other person with tons and tons of questions. If you want to say the compliment though, you have to say it honestly. That is one of the most important things when giving compliments. Because if you say a compliment dishonestly, that's when people will naturally understand that you are being needy and that you don't value your own human being. That's why if you see someone who you truly respect, maybe they are carrying a lot of muscles, maybe they have a really nice haircut that you truly respect, that's the perfect time to give them a compliment on that thing because you internally love it. And by the way, I've created a charisma calculator so you can know and calculate by numbers how charismatic you truly are. So if you want to obtain the charisma calculator, just message me on Instagram. It's completely free and I'm gonna send it to you right when you message me. Now that we have covered the first impression, let's move to conversation. And what a lot of stupid people and uncharismatic people will do is that they will try to ask questions that are genuinely not important. And let me show you what do I mean by this. They say interview-like questions, but we cannot ask interview-like questions. We need to ask questions that flow through the entire conversation. Have you seen the spider web? The spider web is connected. Every single topic is connected perfectly and precisely. And that's exactly what we need to accomplish in our conversations. And yes, it may sound really tough, but it's actually really, really easy. Let me show you how it's done. What have you been doing today? "Oh, today I was in the forest with my family." "Oh, listen, what is your mother's last name?" Whoa, what? You are asking dumbass interview-like questions. Flow with it. This is how someone who is good with conversations will flow this conversation. "What were you doing today?" "Oh, I was in a forest with my family." "Oh, were you camping or were you just going there for fun?" "Oh, we were camping." "Oh, what have you been eating on that camp? Were you doing marshmallows or were you doing barbecue? What were you eating?" "Oh, we took our own food and we were on a picnic." See, there is a natural flow. So this is how 99% of people have conversations. They have one topic, they go from that topic to another, they go from that topic to another, and they go from that topic to another, and they repeat this over and over again. But someone who is really good at conversations, he just needs one topic to hook onto. So if he has one topic right here, he will not go to another topic, he will stay in this topic because he knows that the person likes to talk about it. So he will just have this constant loop in this single topic, and he will ask questions and stay in this topic for a long period of time. Like I said, 99% of people will be like, what were you doing today? I was on a bike. Good. How many siblings do you have? Do you see a completely unimportant different topic is retarded? And then they will ask, how many pets in the house do you have? Completely unrelated. Everything is not flowing. You are just jumping from one question to another. Like if you were interviewing this person. And the problem with this is that this is so boring. We want to talk about our passions. We don't want to talk about boring interview-like topics. We need to talk about what we appreciate, and that's why the 1% conversational skills are around the flow. And the best way how you can accomplish this is by going with follow-up questions. You cannot ask your own questions, you need to follow up on what they have said. Like I have said previously, listen, what were you doing today? Oh, I was in the forest with my family. Oh, what were you doing in that forest? Oh, we were going on to a picnic. Oh, have you seen some very interesting animals? Yeah, we have seen this huge bear. Have you got scared when you see that bear? See, it's a continuous spider web. You are just following up on what the other person have said. And this is extremely charismatic because you are not like the rest of these dumbass, stupid people. You are the 1%. You are someone who the other person can trust, and they can finally vent and share their feelings of that moment with you. So that's why go on what they have just said. Follow up on that. Don't try to go for your own questions. Go for what they have just said because they clearly want to talk about it if they said it to you. And now that we have covered conversations, let's move to the final strategy of this whole video. And that is the touch, the honest touch. And I have to be honest with you, this last piece of this puzzle is so overpowered. I cannot even stress how overpowered this one singular strategy is, because this creates rapport with people in the click of your fingers. This is super fast relationship building. And the way how we can achieve this is if you are talking to someone and you truly appreciate something about that, that's the time where you will dab them up. It will look something like this. Let's say I'm right here and this is a person I have just now met. Let's say they said some win of theirs. For example, oh, yesterday I benched 100 kg on a bench press and I really respect that. So what I will do, I will say, yo bro, let's go, and I will dab them up immediately. The most important thing that you need to know is that human touch creates oxytocin, which is a hormone that makes us feel heard and accepted in society. So once someone places their hand on your shoulder, or someone will just dab you up like bros and men, or someone will hug you, that time is super important for us humans. And we don't get as many hugs or dabs or maybe just hands on our shoulders because people are forgetting about human connection these days. Everyone is on social media, everyone is in their own mind. But when you get out of your mind and you place your mind onto that other person, that's when people will suddenly be like, this person is truly different. He's not here to be on his phone while I talk to him. He's not here jittering his eye contact around the room. He's here to listen to me. And that's why one of my most important tactics is whenever someone does something incredible, has a huge win in their lives, that's when I dab them up. If someone is going through hard shit in their life, I place my hand onto their shoulder. I even hug them, because that feeling cannot be replicated through something on social media. It's something that we only get in real life when we are with another human being. So why cannot you become that beacon of hope? Why, when someone gets a win, you go to them and you say, let's go, bro, and you dab them up, you start jumping with them, and you start to be extremely happy for them. And you would be surprised, because people don't have that person in their lives. They are looking for that person. They want that person so hard in their lives. That person who will just go and tell them, you're done amazing. That was one of the greatest journeys you've ever made in your entire life. They are waiting for that person. And if you can become that person who will dab them up when they will get a huge win, that's when they will gravitate towards you naturally. That's when you will get into a room. They will go and talk to you as the first person they will see. Because if they have, for example, millions of friends, they will pick you. Because they know that you know how to make them feel the best when they have a huge win in their lives. And the simplest way how you can apply this tactic is to get into a conversation with someone, and when they say something that you really appreciate, just dab them up. I have been doing this for 3 years straight now, and people are noticing it. People know that that is something different about me, and they are loving it. One friend that once came up to me and he said, Martin, I've noticed that you are always dabbing at people. Why is that? And I could have told him that that creates oxytocin in other people, and they feel much better when they are talking to a human being like that. But I have to give you a huge disclaimer. This is not gonna be happening once per one conversation. No, I sometimes dab one person even 3 times in a single conversation through the span of 5 minutes, because this is how we create rapport extremely fast through touch and human connection. So if someone were to say that, I bet you are KG, boom, dab in that conversation right there. Then he says, I have been with my girlfriend for 6 months, boom, another dab in that conversation. And finally he says, I made $1,000 this single month, boom, final dab. And then also if he's leaving, then we can dab each other again and say to each other, bro, when I'm gonna see you again, I am ready for that good conversation once again. And that is gonna make you so much memorable, because you are not like the rest of all these people. If you'll be dabbing up people for their achievements, that's when they will remember you, because they would know that you are the one who is truly happy for them. Shh. And by the way, because you got this far, I have a very special announcement for you. I know that you really care about improving your charisma and social skills. It's the first link in the description how you can improve your charisma and social skills with me. So if you are interested in that, click the first link in the description. A huge surprise is waiting for you right there. And if you want to know how to become charismatic like Lalo Salamanca, you can click this video right here. Live a happy life. Man!